Good morning, my fellow yogis and yoginis. Here we are, new week. Today we're starting a series of pranayamas, following like light on pranayama, the course there, where we're going to do a different pranayama each day for the next week and continue that process over the next couple of months. So we're starting with the basic Visamvriti. It's Ujjayi breathing with deep inhale and deep exhale. And one of the things I heard from the master that really I thought was really incredible was, even though most people think of Nadi Shodhana as being the most important or deepest pranayama because of the cleansing and the alternate nostril technique that fires both the Ida and Pingala and so forth, with the Kumbhakas, with the Bandhas, yet he says that all of those permutations and combinations lead you to one thing and one thing only: the normal, deep, natural, authentic breath. Inhale and exhale, and that's it. Wow. So interlock your fingers and stretch the thumbs up side by side. Side by side. Can you see that? So they're next to each other, stretching straight up. That's called Karkatika. 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 It means the kernel. And this is where you're developing an internal sense of strength, like the kernel. What's in the center? What's in the deepest part that fuels everything else? So for your stamina, for your concentration, because I know some people are getting really tired by now, but a yogi is practicing every day, whether they're tired or not, whether the sun is out or whether it's rainy, regardless of what the season is. So that's how we create a certain kind of equanimity. All right, so it's going to be Ujjayi breathing, 4 cycles like we normally do. Open inhale, open exhale, narrow inhale, open exhale, open inhale, narrow exhale, and then narrow inhale, narrow exhale. That's the pattern we're following. So exhale your breath, get your sense of seat, drop into it. Do your Jalandhara Bandha. Sense where you are. Always begin the pranayama cycle after an exhale. Raise your hand, widen both nostrils and inhale. And exhale. Open nostrils. Relax the hand, take one restorative breath. As we practice, we reflect on both the advantages and disadvantages that each one of us has had in our lives that make us who we are and what we bring to the practice. Raise the hand, widen the nostrils, breathe in. Keeping the nostrils open wide, exhale and breathe out smoothly. Relax the hand and do your restorative breathing. You bring your bhakti into the pranayama as if the inhale is taking in the essence or the living spirit, at the same time filling you with joy and exaltation, and then with the exhale you surrender and offer yourself to your deity, or however you conceive of higher consciousness. Exhale the breath, raise the hand, open both nostrils, breathe in. Keeping the nostrils open, exhale and let go. Relax the head, do restorative breathing. All right, so now we're moving to the second aspect of the technique, second round. That's where the open nostrils are on the inhale. It's narrow nostrils on the inhale, open nostrils on the exhale. Continue to watch the natural effortlessness of the breath even as you do the technique. Exhale, raise the hand, narrow both nostrils, breathe in. Open both nostrils, exhale. Relax the hand and restorative breathing. So you really want to have that aloof sense of watching from the witness. Every single detail, you see it, but you don't judge it. You watch it without any kind of prejudice or bias. Second cycle, second round. After the exhale, raise your hand. Narrow both nostrils. Breathe in. Open both nostrils. Exhale. Relax the hand and restorative breathing. So my teacher says you have to ignite the mind, charge the mind. It has to be alert from inside, right? There's no external force that's making anyone do this. You have to be the one as the watchdog on the gate and keep it going every single cycle. All right, after the next exhale, raise your hand, third cycle, second round. Narrow the nostrils, breathe in. Open the nostrils, exhale. Relax the hand and do your restorative breathing. So part of the experience is to directly perceive how awareness pulsates with every movement of the diaphragm and the breath. And then, of course, to keep coming back to awareness of the breath if you space out or drift off or lose track. And then, of course, that will serve you well in your daily life. All right, now, third cycle. It's going to be open nostril inhale, narrow nostril exhale. Let's try that. On the exhale, restorative breath, let it go. Indicate to your nervous system, new cycle is going to begin. Raise the hand, widen the nostrils, breathe in. Now narrow the nostrils and exhale. Relax the hand, restorative breathing. Now, although we think of the ribs as being lateral to the center of the spine, the sternum connecting the top of the collarbone to the bottom of the breastplate there, you want to actively feel the sternum spreading sideways, as if it was pushing the breath toward the outside of the body, towards the lateral corners of the body. Be aware of that in this next cycle. Exhale the breath. Raise the hand. Open the nostrils. Breathe in. Spread that sternum sideways. Then narrow both nostrils as you exhale. Relax the hand, restorative breath. Breathe in and breathe out. So there's also something you might notice at the beginning. At the beginning, the breath seems to move from the center and expand outwards towards the periphery. When you exhale, it seems to collapse from the outside back in, from the periphery to the core. In a more advanced technique, it's actually the opposite. You breathe from the outside into the center, and from the center you breathe outside into the core. But for the beginners, we're going to do it in the way that seems to be easier to understand image-wise and movement-wise, which is you control it, the breath springs from within and experiences the outside or the exterior, the frontier of the body. And when you exhale, it seems to move from the outside back into the core without the collapse of the frame. So watch that. Inhale from center to periphery, exhale from periphery to center. Let's try it. Exhale, raise the hand one more time. Open nostril inhale from center to periphery. And narrow both nostrils and exhale from periphery to center. And relax your hand and restorative breathing. All right. So we're going to the last round now, which is going to be narrowed nostril inhale, narrowed nostril exhale. Still doing Ujjayi breathing, which means making that sibilant sound deep in the back of the throat, palate, till it's absolutely noiseless. All right, so bring that head down again into Jalandhar Bandha so that the chin and the sides of the jaw rest as evenly as possible toward the notch of the collarbone without forcing or dropping it. So you got to keep lifting the front wall of the chest to receive the descent of the chin action. All right, exhale the breath. Raise the hand. Narrow the nostrils. Inhale. Narrow nostril. Exhale. Relax the hand and restore to breathing. Now, those who've been following, you've heard me say that we want to make the sound noiseless. Sound keeps you connected to earth, prithvi, and silence connects you to ether, akash, and you want to get out there. And so sound is the guidance. The auricle, the outer ear, connects you to the eardrum in the middle of the tympanum, and that connects you deep into the inner ear, the cochlear. Well, keep on going, that connects you to the yoga ear. And the yoga ear is the place where you tune to the sibilance of the breath, the sound of the breath. It's deep inside the center of the skull. Can't be heard with the outer ear. Right, nice image. Let's go deep in there as we listen to the sound of the breath. And of course, no sound is good sound. Exhale. Raise the hand. Narrow both nostrils. Breathe in. Exhale the breath smoothly, steadily, slowly, silently. Relax the hand and restore to breathing. All right, as we get ready for the last part, we're always trying to integrate yoga philosophy into our practices, and the modes of nature are what we're supposed to learn to observe so we don't misidentify what's happening within us as a kind of natural runoff of the forces that comprise our body and mind, as opposed to thinking that we are the doer. And of course, when we think we're the doer, according to yoga, we're lost in what's called tamas, the darkness. Somehow that state of mind shrouds or prevents us from seeing the sun or the brightness of consciousness. And then if we're in the rajasic mode, they use it like an image of swirls of dust, clouds of dust that are set up into the air as the caravan passes. And it's an opaque whirlwind that prevents you from seeing or screening the light. But then, of course, the idea is you want to move to the sattvic aspect, which is the light that shines when nothing inhibits it, nothing prevents it, nothing is left to intercept its rays. And that's what we get to when the purification process takes over, so we see. One more round. Exhale. Tuck that chin, raise that hand, narrow the nostrils, and breathe in. Keep the nostrils narrow as you exhale. Relax the hand and restore to breathing. Keeping the eyes closed, slowly raise your head up on your spine, and then gently open your eyes. Well, that's all she wrote for today. And I want to be reminding everybody, of course, that the people who've been practicing for a couple of months, if you want to do continuous cycles while I'm breaking down these 4 different ways of using the breath with the open nostrils or the partially closed nostrils, etc., go ahead. And for people who want to continuously practice at their own pace while I'm talking in the background and encouraging other people with this breaking it down, you do that. Don't feel that you have to go at my pace, right? It's very hard to teach anybody pranayama or standing balances with a teacher's cadence. So we'll remind everybody again during the rest of this week, if you want to go ahead and continue the practice without restorative breaths or taking less or more restorative breaths than what I'm doing, feel free. Have a great day, and I hope that you're feeling the charge, the vitality. And remember, in each inhale, take in the joy of life force itself. Each exhale, surrender yourself in gratefulness and thankfulness for the gift of life.